This is Ark Survival Evolved. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So I do have a video for Ark Survival Ascended, which is like the remake. I think they call it a remaster or something. It's a remake of this game in Unreal Engine 5. This is the original version that came from the PlayStation 4, and I was kind of expecting the overhead here on the PlayStation 5 Pro to finally take us higher, but yeah, no, still not possible. Okay, all right. So let's dive in and take a look at this. The reason I was mentioning the remake remaster was because I did a video on it, and a couple of people, well, quite a few people were like, "Hey, you should go take a look at Ark on like the original version of Ark," and I was like, "Oh, that'd be kind of weird." And I learned a lot by revisiting this. So the game still runs terribly. I mean, this game always ran horribly. But I really thought that the extra power here and how low of a resolution everything this is, that this would be running better. So, okay. Let's dive in and let's talk about this. So, it's 1080p. Like, I guess this game, apparently, it never got an update. So, like, if you were on Xbox Series XS and playing, and wow, my Series X just turned itself on again. It keeps doing that. It's really scary. It's like it's listening to me, and it's feeling uncomfortable with all the PlayStation videos I've been doing. It doesn't like it when I do that. So if you've been... I'm not even kidding, it just keeps turning itself on. Anyways, if you were on there, the game did get a Series XS, like, optimization, like an upgrade. But I guess on PlayStation, it just never happened. Which I think is, like, the craziest thing in the world. I'm like, how did that never happen? Alright, so it's 1080p, but, like, you can run up to 60 FPS. So, like, regularly the game has the Vsync as adaptive. So when the Vsync is adaptive, that kind of basically caps you at 30 FPS. So you can see that in the top right corner. It's really, really tiny, so I don't know how much that FPS counter helps. Okay, so now it's 60. Okay, well, it seems like... Okay, this counter is really weird, because like when I'm moving around in the environment, and that must be the adaptive element of it. So it's... yeah, it's weird. So like sometimes it's 30 FPS, like capped, and then... No, wait a sec. Did I turn that on properly? Adaptive, save and sync. Okay, we're going to just turn it on. Because maybe it's turning on and off, because like before it was just capped at 30. Okay. There we go, and it was dropping a little bit at times. It was dropping from 30 FPS. Okay, there we go. So it is, yeah, there it's capped when it's on. So this thing's really tiny to see too. I guess adaptive does change between sometimes 60 or whatever. So, but if you do want to actually have up to 60 FPS, turning VSync off seems to be the way to do it. Which is again weird because I was doing like beach run tests and stuff like that. And when adaptive, well, maybe it was just on at that point or whatever. Anyway, so the way to make it go up towards 60 FPS is to adjust the VSync setting or whatever. I guess adaptive sometimes locks you at 30, sometimes it goes up to 60. It makes me sound like I have no idea what I'm talking about. I really was fiddling around with this, so I don't know if that was because I turned it off, the adaptive, and now turned it back on. Anyways, this game hovers around 45 FPS from what I've been seeing. That's what I was trying to get to this whole thing. I was basically being like, well, when it's, when the frame rate VSync thing's going off, it's like 30, capped, and it was still dropping, which I thought was ridiculous. And then when you do the VSync off, it goes up to 45 FPS. Which is stupid. which is just stupid. It doesn't even make sense to me. It's running at 1080p. Make it make sense. Like, I would have thought... Like, I didn't try this on the PlayStation 5. Because... I don't know. Didn't really want to. And then I didn't really want to check it out on the... Well, that actually comes in the water and attacks these things. You can get 60 FPS if you look straight down in the water. It actually goes above, which is hilarious. Anyways, I didn't really think about it much. But I was like, you know, it might be cool to take a look at because I had so many people asking about it. I was just kind of like assuming that with it having such a low resolution threshold that this would hit a higher frame rate. So this must be like a really CPU limited thing. I kind of wondering maybe that's why they never bothered with, you know, upgrading this game for the PlayStation 5 because it just wouldn't work, if that makes sense. Like, it just is impossible. Which is weird, because, like, on Series X, it's, like, a lot higher of a resolution stuff. This game is an enigma to me. It honestly is. It's, like, one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen in my life in terms of performance. So, like, yeah, I guess you could play this at, like, 45 FPS now. And this is, like, an ideal situation, too. Let's be real here. Like, this is best case scenario. This is like, hey, we're playing this, like, in single player, not using a server online, playing on the base map. Oh, this is embarrassing. Like, it doesn't even really hold. Like, a lot of it was, my testing was like, okay, it's most of the time 40 FPS, but it doesn't even hold 45 FPS. Like, it's honestly pitiful. I mean, like, it's like a demanding game, I guess, from, like, perspectives and stuff like that, but this is ridiculous. Oh, sorry, this is just stupid. I was just expecting a silky smooth flow-running game, and screen tears, too? Well, I mean, obviously, because the Vsync, sorry, I mean, it's ridiculous, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's not even smooth! And I guess we could, like, adjust settings, like, we could, theoretically, if we wanted to, we could, like, I don't know, turn off maybe, like, clouds and stuff, and that might help with the rendering, but come on! I guess this will be one of those games I'll have to test on the PlayStation 6 someday down the road and be like, we're finally doing it. So maybe Ark Survival Ascended is actually more impressive than we thought it was, considering how demanding this game is. Or it's just like a really badly optimized game, honestly. It's just like I said for years, Ark just doesn't run well on anything. Like, it's a pretty nice looking game, honestly, it is. It's pretty nice looking, but you know, it just doesn't run well on anything. Never has, never will. I don't know, maybe we'll get some kind of more advanced upscaling going on, and, you know, then it'll look better. I've always wanted to see Ark at its primest. I guess I should really just play Survival Ascended on the 4090, I suppose. That would probably be the way to do it. Anyways, I should probably show you another map. It's so depressing. it's really genuinely impressive, like, depressing and unimpressive. I forgot they made an animated show for some reason. Should we do Aberration? I don't even want to think about it. Okay, we'll do Extinction. This requires DLC. Oh, never mind, I don't have that. Do I have this? I didn't even think about it. Okay, so I do have Scorched Earth. It's hard to tell what I actually own on this or what I don't. You know, because they did so many DLCs and now they're like remaking all of them and slowly adding them into Ark Survival Ascended. Which we will, you know, keep an eye on in regards to like updates and stuff like that over time. Just to kind of see how that's going. I didn't mean to download a Survivor. I have no one to download. Okay, human stuff. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The desert was a wasteland. Yeah. I will say the music in this is tops. How's that Vin Diesel Ark 2 coming along, eh? Well, since Xbox gave up on exclusives, I guess that one should be coming to PlayStation as well, right? Hey, look at us here, getting 35-ish FPS. Great. Yeah, so this is the desert map. See, I've only seen this, and it's still, like, not bad looking, but this does look a lot more video game-like in comparison to Ark Survival, you know, Ascended there. So this game just doesn't run well on this platform. I wonder if they just said, you know, screw it, lost cause, and just kind of, like, moved on. Because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, because I guess the Vsync element obviously should be there for the screen tearing, but it's like if it sometimes caps you at like 30 FPS, it's like, does it really do anything for you? So this was not the smooth running Arc experience I was kind of anticipating. How does it run this bad on the PS5 Pro? I do have the right console plugged in and turned on, right? How does this run on the... I've never played this on a PS4. Or actually, have I played this on PS4? Maybe I have. I'm trying to remember how badly this runs on a PlayStation 4. I guess it just must be like a straight up depression quest is what this is. Guess we could try it with the adaptive on again, but like... Ugh. I'd like to try to get 60 FPS. I see, so it's like to prevent the screen tearing, it's... Yeah, no, that all makes sense. I see what it's doing. It just so happened when I was first testing it, it was always like in an area where it was just... Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, this thing's still not down here? Oh, that is a blinding light is what that is. That's hard on the eyes. It's not even that late at night and it's already blinding. This is a terrible experience. So I guess I could just straight up say you should throw this one in the garbage bin and just work on Ark Survival Ascended, because this is... Somehow this is actually worse. Somehow. Somehow this is worse. This is somehow worse. Alright, well, I just kind of waiting for this little pod to come down with some goodies. This is actually pretty depressing. You know, you picture a video is going to go in a certain way, and then you get in there in the meat of it, and you're just like, what is this nonsense? Requires survival or level 55 to open? Well, what level am I? Not level 55. Wow, what a bummer. I killed myself. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the raptor that was, like, clawing me to death, was very likely the causation of, of death in that situation. I think it was the giant raptor clawing me. I think that might have been what kind of finished me off there. Well, I can't wait for this video experience to be over. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about the game too. Open world, survival game, dinosaurs, other creatures, monsters. Roughly, there's like kind of light questing, sort of, not really. Build a base, play alone, play with others, local stuff, dedicated server stuff, online stuff. Taming creatures, fighting giant boss things, doing supernatural, weird magic things. Wondering why there's a giant thing spiked in your wrist or whatever, and yeah, that's Ark. That's Ark in a nutshell, is what that is. A few different environments, a bunch of different challenges, different ways to play and experience it, lots of different creatures, lots of different building supplies, skill things. You make houses and you get more complex, you can kind of build anywhere. Very vast, exciting environments that you get to visit. Good, ridiculous sense of challenge, but you can scale things as well. There's all these menu settings that you can choose between in order to make things harder or easier going for you. Yeah, I would recommend, though, that you just play Ark Survival Ascended, though, strangely, hilariously, because it's like, if you do play this, you're just, it's just not a great time, really, honestly. Ah! I don't feel good. I feel like I'm literally doing this wrong. Like it's supposed to, I could have sworn it's supposed to just be 1080p 60 FPS, but like it feels like 1080p 60 FPS on a good day. I guess. Ark, the animated series, Genesis 1, Genesis 2. We have Genesis 1, is that allowed? Ragnarok, The Center. Lost Island's cool. Can we play that one? Yeah, okay, that's cool. There's so many maps and things to see in this. Theoretically, I could show you all of them, but it's all gonna run badly. The Pro can't make it work unless there's some kind of revolutionary thing that I'm totally missing or something like that. But frick, this is a depression quest. Yeah. New human survivor. Let's go. It burns my eyes out when it goes all white like that on my screen. It's just like, oh, good thing I'm not playing this early in the morning. You just be like, oh, seriously, like I do some streaming video stuff. You get to the, like 2, 3 in the morning or something like that, and it's all dark, and then all of a sudden it's like bang, white light, flashbangs. Oh, flashbangs are the worst. Y'all don't even know. I call this 60 FPS an ideal situation that I dream about. We can fly around the map, but it would probably run really badly too. I'm assuming a lot of you probably aren't going to want screen tear. Can I not jump up here? So I guess adaptive Vsync is sort of your only real option here. Alright, so this is definitely one I'm going to keep in mind for the PS6, because I am really genuinely curious to see how this game is going to run on that one. I guess it must be still a CPU limiting kind of thing, eh? Because it's such a low resolution threshold. How did they, because now I'm sitting back thinking of the Series X version of this game, and it's like they're achieving 4K and actually getting like towards like close to 60 FPS at times on there. Like, how is the PlayStation struggling so much with this game? It literally, like, the logic here doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, it's those things from Jurassic Park. I'm just a man trying to live my life with the dinos. And other creatures. Some people get really mad if you, like, you know, kind of mentioned this game's just a game with dinosaurs. It's like, yeah, there's other creatures, I guess, but mostly dinosaurs, or things that evolved from dinosaurs. I guess there's some deeper meaning of the galaxy if you prestige and, you know, all that other stuff. Hey, look, it's the dodos. Usually you tame those and use them. So I guess we can continue to say that Ark doesn't run well anywhere. But I will definitely return to see this one on the PS6. I'm hoping at that point, if there's not enough of a generational leap for the PS6 to run this at a buttery smooth 60 FPS at 1080p, I'm just giving up on console gaming. Look, I mean, like, come on. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to do with myself here. I'm going to turn on the adaptive again. Unless there's some kind of long-lost mode I haven't discovered that makes this run a little bit better. It's so blurry, too. Like, it's detailed, there's lots going on, but yeah, Ark Survival Evolved was not the pleasant revisit I was kind of hoping for, I guess you could say. Definitely not. Ark changes things in people.